weekend, celebrity historian Raffi Andonian joins us to reveal how colonial Americans celebrated the season. Jason, did you know that some colonists marked Christmas with feasts and fox hunts?
Wow.
Plus, we will dive into when Christmas officially became a holiday. It's a festive history lesson that we don't want to miss.
That's right.
The holidays are filled with traditions, but have you ever wondered how Christmas was celebrated in colonial America? From festive feasts and fox hunts to firing muskets in celebration, which is what I still do. Early Americans had some unique ways of marking the season, and we've got our pal Raffi here to give us the scoop.
Yeah,
and thank you. You brought us treats.
Yeah.
How did we get so lucky?
Well, I figured with Colonial, we'd have to have some Sam Adams, you know, in honor of the Revolution and Christmas, right?
I absolutely love it. So
a lot of founders were brewers, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Sam Adams was actually, he was a little bit involved with the beer industry. It was not a particular brewer, but Thomas Jefferson was a big brewer. Sam Adams brewed a revolution, you could say, right?
Yeah, that's certainly true.
So I'm dying to know, how did these colonial folks celebrate the holidays?
Depending on where you are in the colonies, you may have a lot of beer.
Okay.
So, for example, in Virginia, I mentioned Jefferson, a brewer, right? There was a lot of partying that was going on in Virginia.
Oh, boy.
Virginia you can read firsthand accounts. They talk about the themes for the holidays is good eating and good porter. She's talking about, of course, drinking, right?
That's it.
Now, they're emulating, that's right. Now, they're emulating English traditions. The English would celebrate the 12 days of Christmas from December 25th to January 6th. And in the 12 days of Christmas, they would have really incredible amounts of drinking, masquerade balls, gambling, feasting, and it got so crazy that what happened was that the English Parliament at some point in England said, you know, we're kind of drifting from the memory of Christ in this Christmas stuff, and we're giving in too much to carnal and sensual pleasures. That's what they said.
Right.
So there was a reaction to that with these so-called Puritans, many of whom came to New England. So going back to the colonies, if you're going up north in New England, very different than these guys with all the beer. Now, it's funny in New England is, for example, Plymouth with the Pilgrims.
Sure.
They didn't want Christmas. In fact, when somebody was celebrating Christmas, there was an account where they detained him and stuck him in a room so he could be better informed and reflect on why would he want to celebrate Christmas that way. Or Massachusetts colony, there was a fine for celebrating Christmas, and there's a great story where there's a few guys in Massachusetts that get tired of this, and they're like, we want some alcohol. And they go to someone that they know brews some alcohol, and they break in, an unscheduled visit, they break in, and then they end up and the guy refuses to give them alcohol because he's not supposed to do it over Christmas, and they get into a fight, and there's stolen property. This is in the accounts of Massachusetts. This is how crazy Christmas was.
The drama.
So,
the drama.
Christmas
but
drama.
all of that was to say, in New England, but the Puritans trying to purify those excessive traditions and going back to roots of celebrating Christ. Kind of like you hear today, sometimes people say, you know, Christmas is too commercial. You hear that a little bit sometimes. Imagine that, but in a more religious context, back in the colonial days.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Wow.
We've got about a minute left, and I want to get to these talking points here. So, when did Christmas become a formal holiday here in the United States?
Yeah, well, obviously there was a disagreement, right, for Christmas as a formal holiday, but it wasn't until the 19th century, in 1870, so we're talking 200 years later after all the stuff that we're talking about, that you actually have a formal holiday in the United States for Christmas Day. Before that, Congress a couple of times actually met on Christmas Day, and as I said, there was disagreement across the regions. Over time, there's a little bit more national consensus on celebrating Christmas until eventually you get the formal holiday in 1870, which is not that long ago if you think about the context of historically. So it's a little bit different. Now, that's when stuff like this comes out with different themes. Now, popcorn, believe it or not, was a colonial food. They would have eaten popcorn. I'm not sure if they would have
look at them.
I don't know if it was red and green, right? But
That's right. The red and green comes later, of course, you know, painting the popcorn. But it did become a formal holiday. Now, can I add something on the formal holiday? I'll say this. If you're celebrating in the colonial style, you're having a drink, you have to remember George Washington's rules of civility, because he has, if you want to do a colonial Christmas, one of the rules in there says, drink not too leisurely nor too hastily. So don't go too slow. And don't go too fast. Don't make a fool of yourself on the holidays. Take it from a guy who knew celebrating the 12 days of Christmas can sometimes get a little crazy, but you also got to keep up with the people around you.
Got to keep up.
You hear that, Aunt Lou?
Raffi, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. As always,
so much.
Cheers, happy holidays, season's greetings, Merry Christmas. Yeah, great.
And good tidings.
And good tidings to everyone.
God bless us, everyone.
Got to fit in all of the expressions right there. Stay with us. We got more Good Day at WA on the other side of this quick break.